So I was surfing YouTube yesterday, as I usually do, and I was thinking to myself, wowee, YouTube really needs a good UFO tutorial. So, at the time I didn't know how to solve this, now I do, and I'll show you how to solve this guy. Pretty easy. The objective, of course, is to get all the green ones on the green side, all the black ones on the black side. There's also another color scheme, the older version, which was gray, and then darker gray, which I would actually prefer because I think the transparency is a bit distracting of these colors. Also, we need to get the beads lined up with the adjacent beads such that the puzzle looks like this. Lastly, I'm not sure if it matters or not. I'm sure it probably does, but the top layer has to match the bottom layer as well. But that'll pretty much be self-fixing, I guess. So let's mix this up and try to solve it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is pick your favorite color, gray or green, and solve that side. This is very easy. I don't think I have to go into much depth with this. I'm pretty sure everyone that has this puzzle has been able to solve one side by themselves. But basically the method I use, and probably everyone else as well, is to get 3 of one color to match on one of the sides. So we have this disc of 3, and then to spin that to the bottom left. And then we can rotate the top and the right side all we want without disturbing that to get the other 3 pieces. So to get the other 3 pieces, again, just get 2. The other one probably won't be matched. But if you can get the other one in the middle spot here, flip this down, and then it should be pretty easy just to, with a couple moves, match it up as well. Then we just gotta bring it to this side, flip it down, and we should have our entire bottom layer finished. Now the top layer, there's actually a ton of cases for this. There's more cases for the top layer of a UFO than there is for the Rubik's Cube. Or the Rubik's Cube's PLL, sorry. And the reason for that is that we have the possibility of 2 cycles, where on the Rubik's Cube we do not. There is a very long 2-cycle algorithm that some people would have learned to solve this, but you actually don't need it. And surprisingly, there's a way to get around the parity on this puzzle. So the first thing you want to do when you get to the last layer is just look around and see if you have any pairs. Now I see immediately that I do not, so I'm going to have to rotate 2 pieces together. So let me just see which 2 pieces would go together nicely. Well, this piece here is brown and this piece is brown, so if I could just shift this piece over here, that would be good. The algorithm that you need to solve this puzzle is a clockwise cycle. It switches these 3 pieces, the 2 in the front and the 1 on the right. So if I apply that cycle to this, it will move this piece here and these 2 pieces will be matched. So here is the algorithm. Flip, 1 prime, flip, 2 prime, flip, 1 prime, flip, 2 prime, flip, 1 prime, flip, 2 prime, flip, 1 prime, flip. It's pretty hard to remember, hey? So that is what we got to match these 2 pieces. Now I'm going to look around again and see if I can see any other pieces that I could tack onto this block of 2 to make a block of 3. So now we have this block of 3 here, and these 3 pieces need to be swapped around until we can match this spot. So now that we have this block of 3, we just got to look at these 3 pieces that are unsolved and try to match them to this block. Now, you could tell immediately if you have parity or not. If we have 2 pieces that match in the unsolved part, that means we do not have parity. So this is a good case. So for this, I'm just going to rotate the 3 unsolved pieces down here, and I can see that these pieces need to go anti-clockwise to actually get where they need to go. So we're going to have to do that algorithm twice. Flip, 1 prime, flip, 2 prime, flip, 1 prime, flip, 2 prime, flip, 1 prime, flip, 2 prime, flip, 1 prime, flip. And one more time. We will have to adjust the the orientation before we go on to the next algorithm. One more time. Flip. 1 prime, flip. 2 prime, flip. 1 prime, flip. 2 prime, flip. 1 prime, flip. 2 prime, flip. 1 prime, flip. And then last thing we got to do is just match the top to the bottom. This should be pretty easy for just about anybody, unless you're, well, let's not get into name calling. But so that's how you solve it without parity. Very easy. It requires only one algorithm. If we do get a parity case, however, it'll look something like this, where we have 4 solved pieces and 2 unsolved pieces. Now, anyone that knows anything about parity cases knows that they can be a big pain, and usually they require a very long algorithm. There is a way around parity on the UFO, though, a very interesting way that I would have probably never thought of. I got this idea off of Jap's puzzle page. There's a method described in his page which is nothing like this one, but there is a very interesting way of solving parity that really saves you from learning a long algorithm. So what we're going to do is, rather than calling these 4 pieces solved, we're going to pick one of the unsolved pieces, bring it to match the bottom, and now we have this one piece solved, the rest of them are unsolved. Now this might seem like a lot of work, but it's not, and here's why. We've just turned our 2 cycle, which is a parity case, into a 5 cycle, which is not a parity case. So what we can do is just use 2 of the 3 cycles. The first one to bring these 2 pieces down here to match this piece. And the second to bring these pieces down here to match this piece. And top layer solved. All we got to do is match it to the other layer, like that. And there you go. That's how you solve the UFO.